I could not take people where I had not gone, or I would be a fraud. And I couldn't do that. So I began to pursue my own healing passionately and realized that this was a lifestyle. And I preach that. We don't ever arrive. We're always in transformation. We're always in process. So I began that journey and have continued that now for 30 years. Along the way, I had chronic fatigue, so I got into alternative medicine with nutrition and all these other things. So God has strategically placed all these things in my life. I then got married and happened to find out I was married to a sex addict who I thought was a recovered sex addict. And much to my surprise, that was not going to go the way I thought. But even in that journey, I had a tremendous amount of healing, and I became passionate about finding healing techniques and modalities that actually worked. Because see, I did get free from an eating disorder. And if any of you don't know, that is one of the hardest things to really get free from, because you have to eat. And we're surrounded by food every day. And it's an obsessive bondage. And so I knew that we weren't broken. We're not broken. That the recovery rate in addiction is so low, and it doesn't have to be. We're missing something. God's not broken. The problem's on our end. We're missing something. So my journey has been about finding tools that actually work to bring transformation. Currently in America, 50% of the population are at risk for cancer. 50%. Look around this room, look at the person next to you. 1 out of the 2 of you is likely to get cancer in your lifetime. We don't talk about that statistic. America is the most addicted, depressed, anxious, obese, and medicated country in the world. We're not doing something right. My passion is to educate people how to change that, because we can change that, we can control that, we're not victims, okay? So that's really why I'm passionate about what I do, is I want to see people get well and stay well, and I believe they can. We are made up of atoms. Everything in the universe is atoms. You and I are atoms. These books are atoms. This clock is atoms. Everything in this room is made up of atoms, and the air and the space between us is all made up of atoms. So in essence, everything at its core is made up of energy. Okay, our bones are made up of energy. Our heart is made up of energy. That food, everything you drink, everything is made up of energy at its core. So a couple principles about energy. One is that all energy vibrates, and it has a measurable frequency. Whatever beliefs I create in my subconscious, I will attract something like that, and it will get reinforced. If we can identify what some of these negative beliefs are, but we have to find the emotions that we attach to them. What were the events that caused these beliefs? Because until we disconnect these, we don't really want what we think we want. All we really want is what? All we really want is this. This is what we were wired for. This is what we were designed for. This is all any human being really wants, is to feel this. We think this will bring us peace and joy, or this will bring us peace and joy, or this will. But this is all we really want. So if our subconscious says, that brought me betrayal, rejection, all that, I'm not doing that, we don't really want it. We're not going to attract it. Or if we believe that I'm not good enough to have that, or if I get that success, I'll lose my marriage, or if my family won't like me, or people won't like me. I had a client in Norway, which happens to be a socialist country, who wanted to succeed financially more than he was, and he kept making these bad investments. But the events that kept coming up in our process was that every time he excelled, he felt rejection. So he didn't really want to excel, because he wanted to be loved and accepted, which we all want, okay? So I challenge you to sit and ask your subconscious, if you can, what are my truths versus what I think I want? Because remember, your subconscious is 30,000 times more powerful than your conscious.